Yo, can y'all hear me? Yo, testing, testing. Listen, I wanted to blame that on YouTube so bad, but that was actually me. That was my fault. That time it was my fault. It wasn't YouTube. Y'all can hear me now, right? Yeah, that was actually my fault. I unplugged something. I was trying to charge my phone and I just unplugged something and I didn't know what I unplugged. I gotta label these plugs and shit. I didn't think I unplugged the sound, but that was me. Listen, oh, I'm enjoying life so much. Old media, it's not looking good for y'all at all. We listen. I got some more shit. I want to talk about this Usyk shit. Oh my gosh, I'm about to have a ball with this. Per usual, like, see, this this is what I love about the sport of boxing. If you don't know, it's no country for old men, no country for old media. If you don't know what the fuck you talking about, you will be exposed. That's book it. Bet on that. If you don't know what you talking about, that's gonna come to light. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Listen, I'm gonna jump right into the content. Um, Old media got to do something. I told you what I came to do this year, and I've been destroying them ever since. And I leave the bodies strung up, hanging. This is what they do in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? You mess with the wrong people, they string you up, put you on a bridge, and show everybody the body. That's what we doing to old media, bro. They strung up. Okay, Usyk, he did his heavyweight debut. In my opinion, like, he left more to be desired. It's not really a good gauge on what they were saying. Old media, look at the man's face, bro. First of all, Chaz Witherspoon wasn't even getting off like that. Look, this is bruising. This is bruising, bro. He looked like a Apache warrior. All this shit. The vampire stream. Listen, his face is marked up, and your boy Chaz Witherspoon was a 5-day replacement, and he wasn't even really throwing like that. Like, obviously, with the weight event, you know what I'm saying, him being the heavier man and him being the actual heavyweight, the punches had some of an impact. But I'm here to tell y'all, old media looking suspect per usual. They looking crazy. Everything they said. Just let's break this down together as one big family. Y'all can hear me? Cause I'm about to just go in. Smash the like button. I told you they not fucking with us. That's why people keep coming back like fiends to the channel. Cause we talk that talk. And we talk real shit in boxing. We talk what's really real. So, Usyk, congrats. He did what he had to do. He got the victory, 7th round. His opponent retired on the stool, and he wasn't able to come back out. But again, Usyk, to me, he left a lot to be desired, and it didn't match the old media hype for Usyk's heavyweight debut. Let's dig into it. Sky Sports, we just calling out names. Sky Sports and others were writing articles talking about forecasting, basically, saying Usyk could dominate the division. Guys like Tony Bellew, former fighter who fought Usyk, put Usyk in such a high regard, even though this was at cruiserweight, right? Put him in such a high regard. He said, as well as Usyk to BTG, Usyk said that Wilder would be his easiest fight. Tony Bellew said, just you tell me I look crazy. Tony Bellew said that Wilder, without a doubt, would be Usyk's easiest fight. Bro, he just fought Chaz Witherspoon on a week notice, and Chaz had his face marked up. Wasn't even really throwing. Definitely, he did. like I'm not even trying to disrespect Chaz because he didn't do nothing. I mean, he collecting the check. He trying to, take care of his family and shit. But on a week notice, he gave the best effort he could. I see why they didn't want to fight Tyrone Spong. I see why Joey DeVecca was not brought in. Because to me, those guys, it's not even to me, this is factual. Those guys are younger than 38 years old, right? Usyk is like 32. See, HBO started this, HBO Boxing, and DAZN and Top Rank kept it up as well. They keep force feeding you foreign fighters, especially from the Eastern European area, and telling you that they're the nicest, and the biggest claim to fame was the fact that they have illustrious amateur careers. But sometimes staying an amateur so long, as opposed to just jumping in the pro game, could stagnate you, right? It could stagnate you because while you're sitting up here being an amateur, you could be getting, while you're young in your 20s, young 20s, you could be getting that amateur, or you can get that pro style going. People like Devin Haney. Devin Haney was so young that him and his pops decided to turn pro because they were too young for the Olympics to qualify. So, they made a decision. Floyd Mayweather got robbed in the Olympics. So he said, fuck it. This place ain't for me no more. I'm going to the pro game. But in other areas, other regions, you do whatever your goal is. And for people like Usyk and Lomachenko and whatever, their goal was to, get gold medals and stay amateur and have 350, 400, 4,000 fights and all that, right? But again, then you get in the game with actual pros, especially as you move up to weight. And sometimes these pros be more advanced than you because it don't matter that you have such an amateur pedigree when somebody had to learn on the job the hard way and develop more of a pro style, i.e. Vasily Lomachenko in his second fight thinking shit was sweet with Orlando Salido. Orlando Salido is a guy who came from Mexico and got knocked out in his pro debut. This is all facts. You guys don't take my word for it. Look it up. Orlando Salido. See, I know boxing. I'm a boxing encyclopedia. I don't have look it. I do all these streams and shit, no notes, freestyle. Just with my noggin, And when I look shit up, I tell you I'm looking it up. I don't need to. Bro, I got that shit right here. Orlando Salido got knocked out in his pro debut. He had the traditional Mexican fighter coming out of Mexico, turn pro and just get busy type of upbringing. Yet he was able to beat Vasily Lomachenko, And it's because he had so many fights. He had already lost to Gamboa. He already had the Mikey Garcia fight where he lost, but then, got a second win and started doing pretty good. He had already stopped Juanma Lopez twice in Puerto Rico. So he had far greater resume names, and he was able to, he had already fought Robert Guerrero. They changed it to a no contest because he failed a drug test, but he had already fought Juan Manuel Marquez. So you see, Orlando Salido wasn't game goofy. He had developed his pro style just from, getting the calls and fighting. My bad. So that's what happened. So when Lomachenko fought him, he wasn't quite ready for the pro style. And you see this when some of these amateur people, Ego, why are you so gullible to what people that don't know boxing have to say? Gullible? That don't even make sense. Blocked. Who next? That shit don't even make sense. Why are you so gullible to what people that don't know boxing have to say? Anywho, you see this oftentimes when fighters with these, not all fighters, it just depends what you decided to do, but when fighters move up, because all of a sudden when they start moving up and they get at an age because they stayed amateurs so long, and they start moving up, the challenges get tighter because you're in a new division, different levels of toughness, different punching power, different chins, etc. And then all of a sudden, they don't look like this great amateur. We seen it with Lomachenko. At 126, 130, he was pretty well running through some shit, but he never got to the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, which would have been challenging. He never got to Miguel Berchelt fight, which would have been challenging. Miguel Berchelt is a top-ranked fighter. How come Lomachenko never fought him? For whatever reason, he moved up to 135, and guess what? All that amateur shit, he's still having tough fights. He's still having tough fights with 2 gold medals. You see, gold medals, nobody care about that in the pro game. You got to fight who you got to fight. The dude that beat Shakur Stevenson, he got the silver medal, and he turned pro. Signed with Top Rank, got with Jay Prince, got with Andre Ward, and he started developing his pro style. Meanwhile, the guy that just beat him in the Olympics, turned pro after him and recently signed with Top Rank. He lost his pro debut to a guy with 4 losses or some shit from Colorado and got dropped in the fight. Robeisy Ramirez. So as you see, Shakur Stevenson, he did the right thing for his personal career. Yeah, he got the silver medal. That was disappointing. But he started his pro career and he started gutting it out. So meanwhile, Robeisy Ramirez has 2 gold medals, but he also has a loss. Shakur Stevenson undefeated as a pro. See, I got to talk to y'all like Roy Jones. Because some of y'all don't get it. Y'all must have forgot. See, Shakur Stevenson, he didn't wait. He didn't stay amateur. He didn't try to go get another silver gold medal. He came straight to the pro and been get busy. Robeisy Ramirez, he from Cuba. He got 2 gold medals, and he chose to stay that way. Now he turned pro. He just got beat in his pro debut. So, yeah, the gold medals and shit, they keep building these foreign fighters based off of their amateur accomplishments, which is cool. I'm not, like, if you had a creative player, yeah, you want to give them some amateur experience. If you had the choice to give them experience as an amateur or not, of course you want them to have somewhat of an amateur career. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just experience. But that's not the end all be all. HBO started this, and then people like DAZN that don't know what they're doing, the people at top who are making decisions, they following suit. They making all the mistakes that HBO made. Not focusing on the American market. Guys like Demetrius Andre, guys like Devin Haney, black guys, that are from America because they don't fit the bill of what they're trying. Oh, Usyk's so funny. I don't give a fuck about funny. I don't give a fuck. They literally say goofy ass shit on DAZN. They said Usyk, he does viral videos of him dancing. I don't give a fuck about that. This is America. Like, motherfuckers don't care. He can't dance like the type of dance that I want to see. This motherfucker ain't breaking and, killing it like that. He ain't Chris Brown. So that's goofy. And this is what DAZN is talking about. This is what they said on their telecast. This is no cap. They said Usyk, he got a ton of viral videos of him dancing. Nobody care about that. He ain't gigging like that. He doing whatever dance he wants, makes it feel good, cool. More power to him. But nobody, what does that got to do with boxing? You feel me? What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. But then they want to market everybody else and shit on American fighters. And then, I just feel like Usyk, based on the hype and the DAZN and Sky Sport Matchroom, they literally made a commercial talk about Usyk is coming. And the motherfucker was in a forest like he was a werewolf or some shit. And it was like, Usyk's coming. And then he's smiling with the gap and shit. Like, this is what they did. Usyk coming. So I expected some heat. And versus Chaz Witherspoon as his opening performance as a heavyweight, he definitely can grow in the heavyweight department, but he left more to be desired with that performance. This is what they do with the Great White Hopes. I tell you all the time. Meanwhile, people like Caleb Plant, he got a pro style. He ready right now. Him and David Benavidez is a great fight right now. But they sleeping on it because Caleb Plant's too urban for some people. And he signed with PBC. Caleb Plant is right there right now. He's not from, and he's right here from here. He from Tennessee. He from America. But they don't get, man, this dude fighting with his hands down, dropped Jose Uzcategui, right? Dropped him twice. I was at his fight. Caleb raw, but they don't put the same emphasis on Caleb. Caleb can scrap. You know, he got swag in there. He a champion. They talking about Usyk and Loma and shit. Watch out for Caleb. And like I said, the performance Usyk gave versus Chaz Witherspoon, the DAZN commentary, it's literally to the point where it's, in my honest opinion, the worst out. They literally have the worst. They have the worst undercards and they have the worst commentary in the whole game. I would take Fox commentary over it. I don't always agree with it. You know, sometimes Joe Goosen and Lennox Lewis be arguing, but I would take that over anything that I hear on the DAZN commentary. I would take Top Rank and Tim Bradley and Andre Ward. At least Andre Ward finna drop some gems. You know, I would take Showtime, of course. You know, Paulie Malignaggi, he's kind of hard on Wilder, but overall, I like Malignaggi as a commentator. You know, Mauro Ronaldo and all them, Al Bernstein, they cool. Showtime probably got the best. DAZN has literally the worst commentary. They say stupid shit, bro. When Witherspoon was coming out, they said he's college educated. What? They said he got college degrees, college educated.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear.
Bro, no, what? Why are you telling us this? Like, you have nothing better to offer about what he's done recently or a recent name he beat. So you talking about the man graduated college. Like, yeah, they just be saying random shit, random facts. You know, he got a college. What does that got to do with he's a 5-day replacement? They also, the zone commentary is so egregious that they be shitting on the fights that they hosting in a super obvious way. Like, I feel like you have to say it maybe a little bit, like, put it this way. As a paid subscription, like, you have to go out of your way to get DAZN, right? Like, you have to download an app, put your credit card information, check your email, all that. So as a paid subscription, you should be trying to educate and lure people in to want to join DAZN. DAZN commentary, I shit you not, said Usyk's in here with a guy that just got off the couch. Go listen to the telecast. They said he's in there with Witherspoon, who's fresh off the couch. That's what they said. That doesn't entice viewers to want to watch this bullshit, because you just reaffirming everything new media just said. You're talking about the man college educated and he just got off the couch. Oh yeah, now I want to watch this bullshit. So I knew it was some bullshit. You just reaffirmed that. Horrible. They also said something early in the telecast to the effect of, the question is not will Usyk beat him, it's how spectacular will he look. So you proving this is a cherry pick bullshit. You know, and listen, you can have a late replacement and still do a better job. Like, people go, oh, he was only weak. People are like, oh, so he last minute replacement. Wilder fought, he was supposed to fight Andre Wawowski, and he fought Gerald Washington when he was undefeated. A 6'6" athlete, you know, who had really beat Amir Mansour. In my opinion, he really won that fight. And he had beat Fast Eddie Chambers, and he was undefeated. And he just beat recently, after the Wilder loss, Robert Helenius, who Dillian White had struggles with. He just stopped him. Dillian White went the distance with Robert Helenius and got hurt in the second round. I told you, I know boxing. That's why they not fucking with me. So Wilder switched from the guy who failed a drug test, the Polish fighter, to Gerald Washington. Late notice. They said, and listen, they said, oh, but it's his first fight at heavyweight. Fuck y'all. Oh, well. You know why? Because you just said the man can dominate the heavyweight division. See, old media is so ignorant that I told you, they put fighters onto a pedestal that they can't live up to. And I know you want them to do whatever and live up to whatever hype but they can't. You do too much. Old media does too much to the point where they can't live up to it. So I don't care if it's a late replacement. They could have found someone better. Joey DeVecco, he got 6-7 losses. That sounds about an adequate fight. He's a true heavyweight, 7 losses. You won't fight someone like that. You had to go to a 40-year-old, 38-year-old Chaz Tablespoon or whatever the fuck his name is. Chaz Tablespoon. And give him the 5 days. At least I know Joey DeVecco be working out. Like, I don't know what the zone commentary said that Chaz Tablespoon just got off the couch. You know? And a guy who only had one fight in 2 years or something, there's a better chance that he's not in shape than Joey DeVecco or somebody like that. Derek Chisora was already training for a fight. Derek Chisora ain't the end all be all. He ain't the end all be all of this boxing shit. You get what I'm saying? Why couldn't you fight a Derek Chisora? Y'all both opponents pulled out and failed drug tests and all that, whatever. Y'all both needed opponents for October. Why didn't he fight Derek Chisora? The way Usyk looked, Derek Chisora, he would have did all right. He would have did cool. Because Chaz Witherspoon didn't even look like he wanted to be there and was at least not getting embarrassed. He wasn't getting embarrassed until, close to the end. And then even that wasn't even that embarrassing. He just looked out of shape and tired. I don't even think Usyk hurt the man. That looked like pure fatigue. That looked like fatigue. Like he was just breathing heavy. You know what I'm saying? Breathing heavy. He knew he couldn't keep up. He's 38. He knew he couldn't keep up with no kind of crazy pace. Wasn't in no type of shape. Shit happens at the end of his career. But this is the Eddie Hearn special. Put Gerald Miller in with Thomas Adamak, who's 40, who got stopped by Eric Molina, who retired and then unretired. Because they like that UK matchmaking. This ain't the UK, bro. That matchmaking don't work. That don't work over here. That UK Usyk versus Sam Eggington. We don't want to see that. And like I said, old media makes it worse on the fighters that they try to uplift. Because they put their fighters to a point they can't live up to it. Golovkin. Town Business just texted me. I texted him. He said his new name is Useless instead of Usyk. Wow. He said because watching that fight was useless. Wilder would decapitate him. Wow. Bro, I'm not even. Let me keep going before I even get to the Wilder shit. The zone commentary is so horrible. Guess what? They think the DAZN fighter is invincible. Every fucking telecast, the hometown DAZN, the guy they want to win, the guy who was in line with Eddie Hearn and DAZN, they score these fights ridiculous, bro. That like Bivol fighting Castillo, and I thought he definitely won round 9 and round 10. Chris Mannix even gave him round 10. Thought he definitely won round 9. He was landing some power shots on Bivol, right? Bivol he took the round off. Brian Kenny asked get up there and say, man, I knew when Floyd Mayweather was getting into it, Brian Kenny on ESPN, he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He was blaming everything, casual shit, blaming the whole Pacquiao fallout on Mayweather and shit. That's what they do to black fighters. But anyway, Bivol, he won the fight. Nobody's disputing that. But you don't have to. First of all, it was a boring fight. 2, like I said, I sternly give Castillo round 9 and 10 if you really score based on how you're supposed to be scoring. Brian Kenny asked get on the mic talking about Bivol has arguably won every round. What the fuck are you talking about? Bro, it's not enough that Bivol's winning the fight. That's fine. Nobody have a problem with that. But to say he won every single round after the round that he just lost, that was pretty noticeable that he lost round 9 and 10. You going to say that right then and there? It's just not opportune, right? The same thing with like Joshua. They act like Ruiz, oh, watch this. Josh was about to destroy him. They act like Ruiz had no shot before the fight. Now they on Ruiz's dick. Usyk, they acting like Chaz Witherspoon was like out there looking crazy and getting dominated. Bro, I gave Chaz Witherspoon round 1. What did Usyk do in round 1? Please, I can't wait for this. Since y'all know so much, what did Usyk do in round 1? He was moving. He was playing it safe. What did Usyk do in round 1? Watch round 1 in the whole 3 minutes and tell me Usyk won that. Round 1. Now, that's probably the only round you would give to Chaz Witherspoon. You know? But Chaz Witherspoon won that round. In fact, something that DAZN never picked up on, Chaz Witherspoon landed a good body shot early. He was like, bow. He was jabbing, and it wasn't the most authoritative jab, but him being the bigger man and probably having decently heavy hands, his jab was kind of controlling and like making Usyk respect it. And then around a minute and 20 seconds, watch, if I'm lying, go back, if you have DAZN, go back and watch it. Around a minute 20 seconds, a minute 17 seconds, right before that, he landed a right. And then right around a minute 17, minute 20, he landed a big ass right. And it looked like Usyk was pawing at his eye. Like he didn't like that. He got hit with a right, like kind of like an overhand right. And Usyk started backing up, and it looked like he was like, something was wrong with his eye. So I think the power, I think he definitely respected the heavier hands of a heavyweight because he started backing off a bit. Go watch it. Didn't let DAZN commentary tell it. You know, Usyk dominated every round, bro. He won the fight for sure. Nobody's arguing. I mean, the man retired. But round 1, I gave it to Chaz Witherspoon. It was a slow round, and the power shots were landed by Chaz Witherspoon. He had a pretty decent jab. He landed a body shot. You know, this is just off the top of my head. And he landed 2 significant rights that DAZN never even called. And then the second one, about a minute 17, a minute 20, go watch it. He landed like a kind of like an overhand right. And Usyk was like backed up, and then it looked like he was like wincing his eye a little bit. Watch it. I expected so much more based on old media, but yet again, they let me down because they don't know shit about boxing. That's why you can't trust old media. Everything they say is wrong. So if you want to be a fuck up, turn to old media. Yeah, man, bro, Chaz was landing some right hooks. That was probably his best punch. His jab was alright. Man, Wilder would the Usyk I seen would get annihilated because Chaz was landing right hands. Wilder's best punch is his right hand. And Wilder, people keep saying this weird, stupid narrative that they want to say Wilder's a caveman and wild swinging. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. If Wilder respects you, he's going to fight a different fight. Watch the first Bermane Stavern fight and watch the Luis Ortiz fight. Even watch the Tyson Fury fight. Bro, he didn't come at Tyson Fury. He didn't come at Luis Ortiz in round 1 swinging all crazy. You guys don't know boxing. Wilder is athletic. Wilder has underrated footwork. Being his size and his athleticism, he can cover ground quick. That's footwork. Look at when he fought Bermane Stavern in the second fight, and he went like that, and then came and then, you know, like did this ice skate juke, like football juke move. Listen, I keep telling you old media is dead, and y'all starting to see it. We are picking them apart, Floyd Mayweather style. They can't coexist with us. Let them say that bullshit everywhere. I keep showing you. 2 days ago, before the fight, they just said Wilder was the easiest fight. They just said he was the easiest fight, right? They said he's the easiest fight for Usyk. Usyk, blah, blah, blah. Right? Now, all of a sudden, you see the narrative change. After that performance, they know he didn't look that great. They know he didn't look that great, so now they want to see him fight other people. He looked cool, like he just looked okay. Look it, this is Chris Mannix with DAZN, one of the commentators. Look what he put. I would love to see Usyk in with Takam, Parker, or the Chisora Price winner. Would learn a lot about his heavyweight potential in a fight like that. All makeable fights too. No, Usyk got to fight Wilder next. Fuck that. I reject your deposit. Bro, I'm sick of it. They just said Wilder is the easiest fight. You want to see him fight Takam. It's the same shit. Why you want to see him fight David Price Chisora winner now? Takam, Joseph Parker. Why don't he fight Wilder like y'all said Wilder would get destroyed? Easy. Let's see. I can't wait. That'd be one of the easiest checks Wilder collected. Luis Ortiz is far more dangerous than new cruiserweight turned heavyweight Usyk. Because Luis Ortiz got actual cracks. Why won't old media stick to their word? We need to put Velcro on his tongue. Hope dudes stick to his word. We need Velcro on their tongue so they stick to their word, bro. I want to see Usyk fight Wilder and beat him easy, like Tony Bellew was saying, like Sky Sports and Eddie and Usyk himself was saying. Why do you want to see him fight Takam now? David Price Chisora winner. Because this Chaz Tablespoon fight put shit in perspective. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. And it put it in perspective for you. You see that, okay, he doesn't walk on water. He is there to be hit. Bro, his face was marked up and Chaz barely even got busy. Just like Lomachenko fought Miguel Mariaga and his face was fucked up. He fought like Pedraza or one of them and his face was all reddened up and marked up and shit. And now people see that with Lomachenko too. They keep saying certain guys have wavy defenses. I don't see this. I don't see I don't think Usyk has Ruslan Provodnikov defense, but I don't see this crazy defense that DAZN and shit be talking about. I think the American style, there's a lot of guys whose defense is shitting on. Like when you ever see Terrence Crawford's face look all fucked up? I've been at Crawford's fights. He fought Jose Benavidez, who was bigger than him. He moved up and fought Jeff Horn, who had Pacquiao's face leaking and looking shitty. And he moved up 7 pounds, which actually matters in them divisions. And his first fight was Jeff Horn. And he's a wild, like kind of semi-dirty, rugged fighter with some power. Terrence Crawford didn't look like that, and he stopped the man impressively. But you see, when it's a black fighter, they act like they're not impressed. Oh, he just beat Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn technically beat Pacquiao. He hurt Pacquiao in round 6. Usyk didn't look good. You mean to tell me Terrence Crawford looked worse going up versus Jeff Horn, which is a move up in a new division, than Usyk and Chaz Witherspoon? Who looked better? Who looked better? Terrence Crawford moving up a division or Usyk? Crawford faced in all of his fights. Amir Khan, he got fast hands. Benavidez, Jeff Horn, none of them. And all of them had full camps to prepare for Crawford. Not no 5 fucking days and at 38 years old. Amir Khan damn near might be younger than Crawford, to be real. Benavidez might be younger than Crawford, to be real. Maybe even Jeff Horn. I got to look it up. But they all around the same age, probably younger than him. Usyk just fought a guy who's his senior on 5 days' notice. You mean to tell me he looked the same skill set? Man, y'all getting torched, and it's not even close. Usyk did not impress me like that. He did what he had to do. He got the win, which is most important. Look, old media mad. They in their feelings. Look what I tweeted, bro, stop it. I said, please don't tell me about Usyk versus Wilder anytime soon. Laughing my ass off, or Andy Ruiz. Look at Bobby Knuckles. Bro, you do great, man, but start putting respect on these fighters' name, constantly dogging great fighters. Blocked. Let me block it. I can't wait to block this dude, bro. Bro, you dudes ain't on the level. You not on my level, bro. They talking about I'm dogging great fighter. Well, who'd I dog? I'm telling you what I seen. I'm not finna sugarcoat this and make it blocked. I'm not finna, man. Why would I tell you if Usyk looked like a superstar, then I'll tell you look like a superstar. But I'm not finna lie. See, y'all like that pussy ass shit. That's what y'all like. Y'all like this sugar-coated, watered down, I work for this company or I'm scared to get credentials pulled type of commentary to the point where it sounds biased and it sounds like you in somebody's pocket. That's what y'all want. Go to that. This ain't the channel for you. I'm not finna say Usyk looked like Pernell Whitaker when he didn't to me. Blocked. Who next? Talking about I'm dogging great fight. I didn't dog anybody. If you're a great fighter, your performance is going to speak for itself. Usyk, I wasn't impressed. When I am impressed by him, I tell you that. Murat Gassiev, Tony Bellew, I gave him high praise for those performances. These dudes is weak. I'm telling you, these fans is weak. They in their feelings like Drake. They want you to just sit here and beg and not have no type of fair critique on the performance. Don't come here for that. This ain't the channel for you. I promise you, it's not the channel for you. And that's that old media show. Oh, you're dogging great fight. What did I say about Usyk? Tell me right now what I've said about Usyk that you feel you disagree with. We'll settle it right now. For anybody to see, watch how the cowards act. What have I said about Usyk that dogged him where I just made some shit up about the man that you disagree with? I would love to hear it. Let's see who steps up to the plate. What have I said about Usyk that dogged him that was way off the mark? Again, they want you to get on your hands and knees and, oh yeah, and say Loma's the Matrix. And say Usyk, his heavyweight debut, he's going to dominate. I'm not saying that if I didn't see that. If he looked like he could dominate the division, then I would say it. But based on that, he didn't look like he dominated the division. Whether he could do it or not, and he's going to have to prove that over time. Bro, you're not finna change me because I'm not doing nothing wrong. If you could tell me what I'm doing wrong, then I'll consider changing. Tell me Usyk looks spectacular. Tell me Terrence Crawford looked worse moving up versus Jeff Horn, a champion. Tablespoon wasn't no champion. He wasn't even brought in with a full camp. Bro, it wasn't a good performance. You can say whatever. Usyk's face was marked up. Put it this way. Put Terrence Crawford in with a guy who has 5 days to train, with a guy who every single time he stepped up in competition, he lost, and he's pushing 40 years old. And he's at a career high weight. Put that motherfucker in with Terrence Crawford and tell me what the outcome is. I can't wait. Put a 38-year-old pushing 40 who every time he stepped up for a title or a big name lost and had 5 days to train in with Terrence Crawford, who has a full camp, moving up or not, and tell me that the fight would look like that. Terrence Crawford is beating people's ass, and they had full camps to train for his style specifically and prepare from. And some of these guys, a lot of these guys, have been bigger than him or even faster than him, like Amir Khan faster. Jose Benavidez, Jeff Horn, bigger than him. Jeff Horn weighed in naked, he couldn't even make weight. And once again, I'm crushing old media. That's what this is really about. They don't know what they're talking about, and they lose. Bevo, he's solid, he cool. But they let them tell it. They said Bevo was the best light heavyweight and destroying shit. But on the DAZN telecast, they made excuses telling a light heavyweight champion to go back to 160, or to not to go back, but to go to a lighter division. Where they do that at? They need to have a Charlie Chaplin telecast where nobody talks. They need to be in timeout, bro. Their commentary is horrible. Why are you telling a light heavyweight champion to move down in weight and fight at 168? They only do this to non-black fighters. I assure you that. There's nobody that I've seen with no commentary crew that told Terrence Crawford to leave 147 and go backwards and fight against Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, or Jose Ramirez. They don't give you that type of pass. If you black, you don't have that type of reverse time Benjamin Button shit. I've never seen Andre Ward had a tough first fight with Kovalev. I never seen HBO Boxing advocate for him to go back down to 168 because the fights got tougher. But let Dimitri Bivol on DAZN not be able to knock guys out and look as like his first 13 fight, he had like 11 knockouts or shit, and they build him as a knockout artist. And now they're regretting it because it's looking like he's not a better Biev level puncher. He doesn't look like he's, he has good power, but he don't look like he's knocking everybody out at this level. So now they telling him to retreat and go to 168. Where they do that at? They, just like Lomachenko. This is Top Rank did the same shit. Oh yeah, Lomachenko's really a featherweight. He's a featherweight, 126. He had 135 and he's just fighting at 120. He should be fighting at 126, but he's all the way at 135. Really? Even though he fought in the 130s in his amateur career? Stop. They telling him to go back down to 130 because the fights got tougher. They're going to do the same thing with Usyk. If Usyk get dropped in his fight or lose, they're going to tell him to go back down to cruiserweight. And this is what happens. You have the complexion for the protection. They just mad that I'm exposing and saying this shit. I promise you, put Usyk in there with a tough fighter who pushes him to the brink. They're going to tell him to go back to cruiserweight because they want you to succeed. They want you, if you are non-black and you had a complexion for the protection, they want you to succeed and they're going to do anything to try to help you succeed. And if they know you out your element or you don't have the skills that carry up a division, then they're going to try to put you back. If Terrence Crawford start getting his ass whooped at 47, ain't nobody going to, tell him to go back down to 140 or 135. They're going to tell him just keep getting whooped. I put the game on notice. Old media is done. Same thing with all these excuses. Listen to every single old media fighter this year, and the people they say is pound for pound number one in their division, et cetera, they have all named an excuse for him. Lomachenko's fights have been getting tougher. Luke Campbell, he got dropped by Linares. Pedraza, all these fights are tougher. They saying go back down to 130. That he's really a featherweight. Excuses. Triple G looked like shit versus Deryevchenko. They said, oh, he was sick the week of the fight. He wasn't feeling, his tummy hurt. He wasn't feeling good. Usyk didn't look scintillating. Oh, he had come off an injury and he's off a year layoff. So that's why, he's really a cruiserweight. Dimitri Bivol is not knocking the guys out. Oh, yeah, he should go to 168. Bro, it's nonstop. When will you guys ever just get it right? It's always some shit, always some excuse. Tyson Fury, oh, the cut, man. It's just blah, blah, blah. It's because he got cut and he overtrained for this fight. Bro, they just keep coming up with nonstop excuses. Ben Davison said Tyson Fury overtrained and didn't follow his diet the week of the fight, and that's why he looked like auto-violent. It's always an excuse. And this be the same. Shout out to No Foul Hamed, $2 super chat. Appreciate you. And this is the same people that be in the comment section and making videos and writing articles talking about Errol Spence was exposed by Sean Porter. Really? Errol Spence didn't look like Golovkin for sure versus Deryevchenko. He looked way better than Lomachenko been looking. He looked better than Usyk versus a 5-day replacement. See, Errol Spence fought an actual guy who has a better resume than him, at the moment, in Sean Porter. And Sean Porter had a full camp dedicated with a proper build-up, dedicated specifically to Errol Spence. Plus his pops and them have sparred him before, and they know him from the amateurs. Shout out to Marcus. He just sent a cash app. I like Canelo, but his statements recently about not fighting certain fighters is very upsetting. I like Canelo too. You know, people always, they think because, you know, this tough love, motherfucker, this is my sport. So I tell you what I see. It's nothing against none of them. I'll kick it with any of these fighters, you know, interview. I don't care. I'm just telling you what I see, career-wise, decision-wise, performance-wise, etc. Old media keep coming out with nonstop excuses, bro. Every single time. And be the ones that talk, they be the same ones talking about Wilder got exposed by Tyson Fury. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Wilder fought Tyson Fury, who had a full camp, was even training at Abel Sanchez's gym in Big Bear, altitude training, had activity because he had 2 tune-ups, Safiri versus Pinata boy, Francisco Pianata, right? So he had activity coming off of the layoff. He had 2 tune-up fights that were really light and non-taxing. And he did altitude training. He had a full camp for Deontay Wilder. This motherfucker Tyson Fury came in at 256 and a half. And Wilder weighed in at 212 and a half. And by the fight's end, Tyson Fury was the man with the concussion. Tyson Fury had been the only one that touched canvas, and he touched canvas twice. Tyson Fury nearly got knocked into oblivion. Wilder weighed 212. Usyk weighed 215, and Chaz Witherspoon weighed less than Tyson Fury and is shorter. Chaz Witherspoon weighed 242. Usyk weighed 215. And Chaz Witherspoon was out of shape. He's 38. Tyson Fury's younger than Wilder. And he had a full camp for Wilder. Chaz Witherspoon had a 5-day, 7-day camp of bullshit to prepare for Usyk. And Usyk never knocked down Chaz tablespoon. Never truly really hurt him to me. He was getting touched, but it was like fatigue. You know, you lethargic. You can't keep your arms up. You get arm weary from throwing punch. You out of shape. That's just what it is. Try running a mile and you out of shape. This is what's gonna happen. But it didn't look like he was getting blistered, and eyes rolling back or no shit like that. Wilder got godlike power. He got Thanos power. I'm telling you, 212 and a half. He weighed less than Usyk, and in his fight with Luis Ortiz, I think he was 214. He weighed 214 and dropped Ortiz 3 times, something like that. Usyk out here 215, moving up, fought at heavyweight as an amateur. People keep saying, oh, he just moved to heavyweight. It's his first fight. Bro, he fought at heavyweight as an amateur. So what are we talking about? He fought at heavyweight as an amateur. He's 6'3". Him and Chaz Witherspoon look like the same height to me. And he had a full camp versus Chaz Witherspoon. Bro, it's not looking good for old media, bro. And they said Wilder got exposed by Tyson Fury. Wilder fought a quality lineal champion who's bigger than him, who's younger than him, and it is weighed a lot more than him, and still dropped him dramatically and won some of them early rounds. So you could say he won the fight or it was a draw, right? Usyk moves up. He's supposed to dominate the heavyweight division, and that's the performance. He never even really hurt Chaz Witherspoon. Man, I don't know what y'all gonna do. I'm spitting too much logic. My man just said it, you spitting too much logic for him. Hey, it is what it is. Smash the like button. But like I said, I love what I do because at the end of the day, I'm the one that get respect when I go to the fights because they know I know my shit. I'm telling you facts, no research, You know, no Wikipedia, nothing. I'm just telling you off the top of the dome. Tyson Fury got dropped and weighed more and was bigger and is a better fighter than Chaz Witherspoon. Usyk went in there and, you know, did what he had to do, but he was off to a slow start and all that. Man. And they said he can dominate the division. Tony Bellew and, you know, all them people said that Wilder's an easy fight. Really? Y'all believe that now? Wilder's an easy fight, huh? When Chaz Tablespoon hit him with 2 rights in the first round and got his respect. And looked slow as a motherfucker, bro. Chaz Witherspoon looked pretty slow and was still got a few in. Usyk's face looked touched up, you know, considering it didn't look like Chaz Witherspoon really threw that many punches, and Usyk's face still looked kind of touched up. Bro, look at his eye. He got a black eye, and Chaz Witherspoon barely even threw nothing. And he gonna go through Wilder, huh? That and not even beat him. Y'all motherfuckers said it was an easy fight. Y'all said y'all look. He got a black eye, bro, against a guy with a 5-day camp. But see, the thing with Wilder, he might not leave a bunch of marks because that one punch might just sleep you. And you might not have a bunch of marking on your face. Because I don't think Dominic Brazil's face looked crazy. Who's Tony? Tony would get put in a coma by Wilder. Who's Tony? I don't even know who that is. Oh, you said Tony Bellew. But that he already backed out of it. He said he ain't fighting Wilder because it's not worth his health. So that don't matter. Bro, DAZN didn't even pick up on Chaz Witherspoon landing them rights in the first round. So we just putting you Chaz Tablespoon. Man, I see why he didn't fight Tyrone Spong. I'm just telling you like that. I tell you like that. Tyrone Spong, I've seen a little bit from him, and I just researched this. Tyrone Spong sparred with Luis Ortiz, and he's an MMA fighter, and he's more able-bodied. Free Spong. Bro, he's more able-bodied than Chaz Witherspoon. Chaz just went out there and did, you know, he tried, but come on, bro. You talking about a 38? It's not a 38-year-old Mayweather or something. He was in there. That's why Eddie Hearn put him in there with that. So watch Eddie Hearn carefully, Matt. I predict this shit all the time, and y'all get to see. Watch Eddie Hearn carefully put Usyk in his next fight. Tell Usyk to come back in January and fight Tyrone Spong. Billy Joe Saunders, he failed a drug test. He back fighting. Canelo, he back fighting. He failed a drug test. Put Usyk in with Spong in January. Let him do a little baby suspension or some shit, or see what's up with the B sample, and then put him in with Spong. Put him in with Dillian White. See, man, there's a reason for this. Usyk has so much more to prove at heavyweight. He really do. He really do, because I got to see a lot more. I got to see a whole lot more now. Because he was in there with a guy who had no time to prepare. No time to prepare, and his face was still marked up. And he did catch 2 right. That's what I'm saying, man. Just wait. DAZN was saying his defense is so crazy. I don't see it. Usyk is there to be hit, bro. Caleb Plant defense way sweeter, bro. Caleb Plant's defense is way sweeter than Usyk's. Now, you already know Mayweather and people like that is way. Terrence Crawford, he don't be getting hit like that. Usyk get hit, and he was in there with a gun-shy opponent that looked like he didn't want to be there. They asked Usyk, what do you do with a bigger puncher? And he says, oh, try not to get hit. You gonna get hit, bro. It's inevitable. And see, honestly, my honest opinion after assessing that fight, Usyk might be in trouble, bro. He might be in trouble. And I'm not trying to jump the gun because, you know, he can develop or improve from here, but he might be in trouble because his style, I don't know if it's going to be respected by true heavyweights like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be tactical, but Wilder will punch you through your fucking guard, bro. Usyk having a little, like, high guard. Wilder punches through that shit. He was punching, if I'm not mistaken, he dropped Bermain Stavern in the rematch through the guard. I was at that fight. Wilder will punch you through your guard, bro. And it'll hurt. You can peekaboo or whatever the fuck you think you Mike Tyson or whatever. You could do the Kodo high guard. Wilder will punch you through that shit. I put that on the set. Wilder will punch through that shit, bro. So that's not going to be good enough. And I don't think Usyk's defense. Canelo. I've been saying Canelo got like more of an American style. Canelo's defense is a lot sweeter than Usyk, bro. I fuck with Canelo. Canelo be in there. I think Tyson Fury defense better than Usyk too. But definitely Canelo. Canelo upper body movement killed. See, that's what I'm saying. This that we'll see. But Canelo's defense way sweeter. Look at Jacobs was trying to hit Canelo, and Canelo was, you know, moving around. Canelo sweet in there, bro. I'm telling you. Canelo had Cotto looking crazy at points. Canelo and Triple G hit Canelo with a punch, and Canelo rolled with it a little bit. Usyk take the shit. Man, I'm telling you, the Eastern European fighter, a lot of them, I can't stereotype because not everyone fights the same, but I'm just saying in general, the Eastern European style, it's taught different. Canelo be really slipping and parrying and, you know what I'm saying, roll. Golovkin hit him, Jacobs hit him, and it looked crazy, but Canelo kind of rolled with it a little bit. I never seen Usyk do shit like that. He just get hit. You know, and I'm not saying Usyk. I think Usyk has a better defense than like Golovkin, but I don't see it. Caleb, I can name several people who got way tighter defenses than the Eastern European fighters that they keep telling you have a good defense. Usyk and Lomachenko and shit, bro. Loma don't have no defense like that either. Loma is busy, and if you let him get into a rhythm, then he's gonna just keep doing his thing. Man, Loma will get destroyed by a Roberto Duran, Shane Mosley, somebody who just have speed and power. He gonna run into something. Promise you that. I think Gervonta could be that guy too. Loma jump into something, bro. Tank hitting too hard. And even if Loma didn't go down, which I doubt because Linares put him down, Tank will bust your shit, and you're not gonna want to keep jumping in. Man, this game is so predictable. But, you know, to each his own. DAZN, they can keep doing what they want to do. But I'm telling you, they dropping the ball because they picking up where HBO left off. I'm not saying if you're a foreign fighter, Eastern European, then you don't get no love. I'm not saying that. But they keep making that the focal point and like acting like Usyk sells out. How many tickets they comp? Where's his viewership? I never even heard many people talking about. Adam Kalnowski will hurt Usyk because he looks too durable and he's too busy. He looks, like I said, durable. He lets his hands go too much. I think Andy Ruiz would be a bad style. Usyk can't be jumping around and shit. Andy Ruiz let them hands go, bro. And he got power. Put it this way. unless Usyk looks 5 times better than the Chaz Witherspoon, even though he won and got the stoppage, I don't really have him beating any top guy at heavyweight. Definitely not Wilder. I think Tyson Fury is too, it'd probably be a boring fight. Like, it wouldn't be the greatest action, but I don't really see how he's going to land clean on a 6'9" Tyson. And Tyson's going to use his size and lean on him and shit. That's not going to be a good fight for Usyk. Joshua's too big and strong. So it's basically people like Tony Bellew, they told you that Usyk could possibly beat all of them. And I feel like almost the opposite. Based on what I've seen from Usyk, he going to struggle with all of them. Dillian White he knocked out Derek Chisora, a full-grown, big-ass heavyweight, with one punch. He knocked out Lucas Brown with one punch. The only thing that would hurt Dillian White is if he frees up. But Dillian White got power. If he catches Usyk jumping in with one of them short hooks, that left hook that Dillian White had, man, Usyk is food. Joseph Parker, I think, is a tough fight for Usyk. The only thing with Parker, I don't know, because I see him kind of freeze up and his performance be hit or miss. Like, he'll look good with a dude, but then, versus Joshua, he wasn't as offensive as I would have liked to see. Levels, different levels. The Chaz Tablespoon that showed up, Wilder would have iced him. Bro, he just beat somebody who's bigger than Chaz Tablespoon in one round, who was active, who's younger, who's 6'7", not 6'3" or whatever, who's an Olympian, who actually had some win. He lost to Joshua, but that's his only loss. Dominic Brazil had wins over an Olympian, Carlos Negron. He had beat that African dude, Izuzi or whatever, Aguzi, whatever dude's name was. He had beat Amir Mansour. He had some wins like that. He knocked out Eric Molina. Wilder destroyed him in one round. Do you know what Wilder would do to Chaz Tablespoon? Chaz looked like he didn't even want to be there. He looked like he truly did not want to even be fighting. He looked like almost depressed or something. This was a reality check. James Toney will bust Usyk up, bro. I don't know about now. I'm talking about prime. Usyk put hands on John Ruiz. Usyk would be tore up. And then Tony would talk shit afterward. Bro, they said Usyk was the next Evander Holyfield. I don't see it. Based on that first performance, I don't see it. Evander Holyfield fought Lennox Lewis, beat Mike Tyson twice. You think Usyk will beat Mike Tyson? With that jumping shit, angle shit? Holyfield has a legendary chin. Oh, he's talking about the current James Toney. I don't know. Shit, I just seen James Toney in L.A. He might beat Usyk ass anyway, bro. Tony from the hood. Once again, another old media fail. I'm looking forward to this Canelo Kovalev shit now. Because this, it's just been, that DAZN curse is coming back. And I really feel, I'm just being honest, I really feel like everything Eddie Hearn has touched has been corrupted. Has anyone else noticed that? Triple G signs with Eddie Hearn. His very first fight with Eddie Hearn is the Deryevchenko, and Triple G looked horrible. Luke Campbell just lost. Anthony Corolla just lost. Dillian White failed a B sample. Joshua just lost to Ruiz. Katie Taylor should have lost, so in my opinion, she really lost. Josh Kelly was brought to America and arguably lost to Ray Robinson. Either way, he didn't look good, right? Usyk's with him, and it just wasn't dazzling. It didn't really grow him. Beevel's with him. His performance didn't really dazzle. None of these performances really dazzled. All these people that just Devin Haney's the only one, and Caleb Smith. They the only ones that where their performances rose to the occasion. And I can't even really say Caleb Smith because he fought a 160 pounder at 168. Bro, Eddie Hearn, I don't know. He got the Midas touch or something. He hitting people with that Midas touch. It's like he getting involved. I can't wait. Now this KSI Logan Paul. I can't wait to see this. I feel like that DAZN curse coming back. I'm telling you. I don't know. I keep feeling it. I don't feel like it's over for the rest of this year. Something else is going to happen. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be Eddie Hearn fighter, but something with DAZN will happen. Another fight get canceled. A drug test fail. Canelo lose. Joshua lose again. Something else will happen. The DAZN curse is not finished. The DAZN curse will find you. He said more like the minus touch. Hey, y'all crazy. That KSI Logan Paul something gonna fucking blow up. You know, where it's like a big ass fire or something. Like, not literally, but I'm just saying, like, something's gonna come up about with that. The Saudi Arabia the fight, you know, the venue's not built in time. I don't know. That DAZN curse is coming, bro. I feel it. Watch. I told you. I said I felt it, and then Triple G looked horrible. You know, I don't think this was probably one of DAZN's worst cards because like Triple G Deryevchenko, I thought Triple G looked bad, but the fight was fun. This card was hard to bear, bro. Usyk fight was pretty boring to me. Like, it just wasn't like crazy. Like, the first 3 rounds, I felt they both looked aged. They looked like they were almost the same age the first 3 rounds. Usyk picked it up and like pulled away more in the 5th, 6th round, something like that. But for them first couple rounds, nothing was really popping off. The undercard was horrible. The girl fight was horrible. UFC killed them. Thank you for the people who signed up using my ESPN Plus link. But this was a pretty bad card, man. And now you see why Usyk didn't fight somebody. And see, this is what they do. If you had the complexion for the protection, notice they'll put you way up here, but then your competition can be way here. But then the people that fighters like Wilder and Errol Spence and Crawford, they'll rate them down here, but they want your competition to be here, you know? And then even though they're rated down here, a lot of them be fighting competition from here to here. It's funny how that works. Old media is liar. I'm telling you, it's full of liars. They will lie. They will rate Wilder dangerously low. They'll rate them super low, but you know Wilder's better than you're rating him. Meanwhile, they'll overrate people and say Lomachenko's up here, and his performances, you know, ain't up here. He don't have up here performances recently. Same thing with Usyk. Man, listen. Listen. Mark my words. If Usyk, he's 32 years old, put him. He's the WBO mandatory for Joshua Ruiz winner. Put him in there. Let's see this. I want to see him fast tracked. He was calling out Wilder and saying he wants the top name. I never heard him call out Luis Ortiz, but he was saying he wants the top guys, and you know Fury's hard, but he can win, and Wilder's easy. Let's see it. Don't pull back now. Don't go fighting European fighters and shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. I want to see him on the fast track. At age 32, you should be on the fast track. You moved up for a reason. Now make a statement. So hopefully we get Joseph Parker, Dillian White. I think Gerald Miller would be a good option. I really don't want to see him fight a champion very next fight. I don't think this performance. I don't even think they would put him off of that performance. I don't think they would put him in with the champion the very next fight. But I want to see him up the ante. Joe Joyce, Kaunaki, F.A. Josh, anybody like that. Anybody in that kind of realm. Daniel Dubois, who's just trying to prove himself. Man, Daniel Dubois might ice Usyk. He said Wilder would hit him with the fatality. Listen, I know this is gonna hurt some people's feelings. I know this, but I gotta keep it real. These guys aren't boxing fans. Old media, they're not boxing fans. You could tell by the bullshit that they advocate for and support. They're not supporting that real shit. Damn, y'all sending me PayPal money late? Oh my God, we getting that late night. Look, we getting that late night bread. Shout out to my dude Hamza. Listen, Usyk, truth be told, see, I'm telling you, old media, they just be saying bullshit. They don't really know boxing. I don't know everything, but I have a pretty good memory. Usyk was in a tough competitive fight with Michael Hunter. Go watch it. Don't take my word for it. Please don't. Go watch the shit. His fight with Michael Hunter at cruiserweight, people criminally underrate this, but leave it to your boy who knows what the fuck he's talking about. Go watch the fight. If you ain't seen it, go watch it. YouTube it. Daily Motion. Usyk was in a competitive ass fight. Now, a bit of it was overshadowed because he almost stopped Michael Hunter in the 12th round. But even that would be a decent fight at heavyweight. Because guess what? Guess what, people? Michael Hunter just moved up from cruiserweight and he looked better than Usyk. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So yes, Usyk holds a win over Michael Hunter, but it was a very competitive fight. Michael Hunter fought better names than Chaz Witherspoon, guys with more momentum, and he stopped two of them. He stopped Martin Bacoli, who spars with Joshua all the time and was supposed to be a next big dude, or one of them. I think he's Olympian or amateur standout, some shit. And he stopped Alexander Ustinov, who's not easy to stop. Go look it up. Go look up all these fights I'm telling you about. And then he just fought a dude and he dropped him. I forgot the dude's name right off the top of my head, but his last fight, it was just recently. And he looked pretty good in that fight. He didn't get the stoppage though. So guess what? He came up from cruiserweight too. And in those performances, he looked better than Usyk for sure. Even though Usyk, I know you guys look for the low-hanging fruit, so you're going to talk about how Usyk beat Michael Hunter and almost stopped him. We're not talking about that. We're talking about moving up in weight and fighting bigger guys. Michael Hunter has done that. Michael Hunter moved up to heavyweight, and I think he stopped. How many of them? Let's look at it. He stopped 3 people in a row. And then he fought Sergey Kuzmin, who is 15-0, and he dropped him and didn't stop him, though. So Michael Hunter's looked better. Look it up. Kuzmin. Shout out to AMG. Salvador Gomez. What's up? See? That's what I'm saying. Old media be criminally underrating this. This is stuff you can look up. I just tell you the information, and I want you guys to do the research. Yeah, smash the like button. Michael Hunter. So don't tell me no bullshit about Usyk just moved up and he has to develop his power. Michael Hunter lost to Usyk and was at cruiserweight where it happened and has moved up, and his style, he's looked good as a heavyweight. He's a year younger than Usyk, and they both were at cruiserweight, and he's had a good little run, and he's an inch shorter than Usyk. He like 6'2", but his style is giving guys problems at heavyweight. Of course, he hasn't fought like a Dillian White, Joshua Wilder, but he's been doing pretty good. So how is it that Michael Hunter moved up just because styles make fights, and Michael Hunter has more power? That's apparent, and he has his own style, and that's what's doing the trick. That's what I'm saying. Usyk's style Look, I'm a genius, bro. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna show y'all motherfuckers, bro. Your boy's a genius. I'll be putting it in perspective for you. Watch. I'm telling you, they don't know boxing like me. All right. Michael Hunter, who lost to Usyk, he moved up from cruiserweight. Look, watch this. Watch this. One of these two was his first fight. I don't know. But he not. Yeah, this was a heavyweight fight. When did he move up to heavyweight? Okay, this was his heavyweight fight. Okay, he weighed 227 and his opponent weighed 250. Right? Guy, I mean, he didn't have no good record, 16-40, whatever. That was his first fight. Then he weighed 218 and a half, still not that big, coming up from cruiser. His opponent weighed that, and he knocked him out, and he knocked him down in the 5th round. Then he fought Martin Bakole, who spars with Joshua, and he knocked him out in the final round. He weighed 213 and a quarter, and Martin Bakole weighed 256. Oh, shit, hold on. Why the fuck this shit shrink like that? Hold on. All right. Y'all can see it. Anyway, he weighed 213 and a quarter. Martin Bakole, who spars with Joshua and was undefeated, weighed 256. More than Chaz Witherspoon. And these guys had full camps. Alexander Usyk, who only had 2 losses, 34 wins, 2 losses, and had never been stopped, got stopped in the 9th round. And he weighed 279. You see this? And look at your man, Michael Hunter, weighed 213 and 3/4. Right? Fabio Maldonado, what Usyk weighed, 215 and a half. And Fabio Maldonado had a good record. He stopped him in the 2nd round, and he weighed 240. Sergey Kuzmin got dropped, and he weighed, Hunter came in heavier, 221 and a quarter. But then this guy weighed 250, almost 260, and he was the guy that got dropped. He dropped Kuzman in the 5th round. So Usyk's power don't look like it's like no legendary heavyweight power. I'm telling you. Because Michael Hunter, it looks like he has more power. He just fought 5 people and knocked 4 of them out and dropped the 5th person. And they all outweighed him, and he was in them low, little-ass weight under 220 in most of those fights. He was 214, 215 and a quarter, 213. I told you I'm a genius. And he fought better competition than Chaz. All these guys, some of the guys he knocked out were undefeated, only had 2 losses and shit, and they were more active. Chaz Witherspoon, Tablespoon, bro, come on, man. He hadn't even been active like that. He fought in March at a very low level. Michael Hunter would have beat AJ? He might. He's crafty. So anyway, I think that's a good fight. Eddie Hearn, that he better make at least a Michael Hunter rematch. So his next fight needs to be a step up in caliber. Definitely needs to be a step up. Usyk would lose to Ray Mercer, bro. Ray Mercer was sleeping. He was mean. And he got a UFC win or an MMA win. He'll sleep Usyk. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at Witherspoon. He did what he could do. Yeah, Ray Mercer, merciless Ray Mercer. That dude, Tommy Morrison might give it to Usyk because he was strong. Man, I'm not convinced. Watch. Okay, just mark this video down. Put this in your playlist. I promise you, either two things are gonna happen. Watch. Usyk is gonna all of a sudden his promoter and his promotion is gonna slow him down dramatically, and he gonna fight people that nobody wants to see him fight, so he can acclimate and all this shit. Even though he was just screaming out Wilder's an easy fight, either that's gonna happen, or he's gonna fight the people I'm suggesting, like the Dillian Whites and Joseph Parker, Michael Hunters, and the fights are gonna be tougher, and then they're gonna start talking about going back down in weight, or he's gonna lose. Watch. Mark this video down. So when it happens, we can see. Those are the two options. Either they're going to back him off. You know, the man was just talking about Wilder's an easy fight. And then you're not going to see him fight anyone near the realm of a Wilder. Or he's going to do the noble thing at age 32 with a gold medal and the ambitions that he came into the heavyweight division with and fight rightful competition. You know, based on the praise he's got being undisputed. And then you're going to see he's either going to lose or the fights are going to be tougher and they're going to say, make excuses like, oh, he's really a cruiserweight. He should think about going back down to cruiserweight. He was undisputed, but it wasn't right for him to move up. I don't favor Usyk over what I seen. This is my honest to God opinion, bro. I wouldn't favor him against none of the top. Like, I wouldn't favor him over Kalnacki, F.A. Ajag, but none of them. Spilka just got knocked out too bad by Derek Chisora. See, and that's the thing. Why didn't they put Usyk in with Chisora? You know why. They wanted an easier fight. I'm telling you. Typical rematch room. We'll see how it pans out. I'm about to watch the 49ers. I'm about to sleep because I got to watch the 49ers. New media. Let me know what you guys think. We working. Appreciate you guys.